guys, I'm going to show you how I make Rebuke Along Came Poly remake. So the first step is to try to replicate the rhythm. I know for a lot of experience that the locket group, like in the snare builds, it's like trrr. So I know how to do this. So I started here in the MIDI pattern to copy the sequence of the rhythm in the range view. So it goes like this. This is what I did. So the original sounds like this. The important is to try to get the best sound possible. This is the original. It's like an FM bassline, but I couldn't get the real pitch of this sound. I couldn't really replicate it like 100%. So what I did is to try to make a remake pretty similar with two layers. I use an FM bass, this one, and a percussion. So together they sound like this. Pretty heavy. So let's start with the steps. After you replicate the rhythm, you get into Serum. So this bassline, it's pretty quick to do. We go to initial patch. I put -10 dBs in the volume because it's too loud. So first you put a BT sine wave, then you put another sine wave here. Then what you are going to do is put this one level off, the filter all off to 8 Hz, then an LFO, I put it like that, then FM from B, so this wave make this wave modulates this wave, so it sounds like this. Then you go to octaves. We put down the sustain, a little of release, the attack in 0, K short to 30 milliseconds. And together with the percussion sound like this. It was like that, but you can alternate with some waveforms like this stuff. Check it out. It sounds really good with this one, digital antistasis. And in rate you go with 1 bar. I don't know, it sounds better with 2 bars. So that was like this. Then I copy the same MIDI clip into a chromophone. I use a percussion inside. You have a lot of percussions here. You can check this out. Like I don't know. You can use. Let me go again. Let me charge a chromophone. I used to experiment with a lot of sounds here. So the first one sounded like this. Okay. So it's just to find the right percussion here in percussions. Also a bongo will sound like a really good sound. So it was just like that. Then I process it. I put an EQ8, got in the low frequencies here, a little bit of sub pump here in 116 Hz, then overdrive with short dry wet and tone in 50, then I put it like this. Ableton overdrive, it's like pretty hard, so you have to use it like pretty smart. So it's not a great deal. Just try to experiment with this stuff with the bell. Then I put sidechain compressor to a kick. I just put any kick. Then I found the good kick. The good kick. Then I put the kick. This kick is really good. It's from Cloud Stroke pack. Let me show you. Samples. Cloud Stroke. Where it is. Cloud Stroke sample pack from Splice. Then the sub bassline in zero means like this. It's a note in G, another G. So listen, the pattern sounds like this. Whoa. But what I did, this bass line I did it the same that the first one, but this is like a pretty sub bass line, so I don't move a lot the LFO. It's quick. Then we put an auto filter, a compressor with a lot of sidechain, hard sidechain, then an EQ8 cutting. The main idea of this sub is to get really the sub frequencies, not like the unhearable. You can only listen like the, I don't know how to explain it, but the lower inside. So here in 200 Hz, it's between this range, between 100 and 200. So it does like this. We cut a lot the low tail, so it just leave room for like that peak inside. So let me show you how it is in a spectrum. The bassline, it's like this. The bassline is like this, so the main idea is to get only this peak, so we cut a lot of the tail. If we put off the EQ8, it is like this, so like pretty big and dirty. And if we put it on, it's only you give space here to the kick and the other elements and the reverbs. And the clap, it was the easiest part. We only put the clap from Vengeance, Techno samples. Then we put short dry wet, 16%, 89 milliseconds in decay time, 0% in ping pong delay. The trick here is that the delay that makes the effect here in the last key, it's like it does like this, like a real big delay, and then it gets short. So it cuts here when the main rhythm enters. So together sounds like this. So the last delayed key, the last delayed clap sounds like in this point. It's pretty easy. I would just put the ping pong delay in 1, then feedback 38, then dry wet 32. Then I just EQ8 a little bit, cleaning the sub frequencies in 200, a bell cut in 600 Hz or 599, however you want to call it. Then 1800, no, 80,000 kilohertz. So then we start with this stuff. Then I put like a quick mastering chain. It's an REQ, a compressor, a limiter. Why I put a reverb here? Because what you are going to notice it's that the interesting thing here is that it's a tech house track, but it has a lot of vibe of big room. So with this reverb on, it changes a lot. So here without the reverb and with the reverb on, it adds like that big depth. It makes it really big and clear. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like pretty underground, but at the same time with a lot of rhythm. Like it beats all tracks. So you put this, and then you this reverb. It's for the break. It's a simple reverb. I drop it here. I drop it a reverb like this. Simple stuff. Then I automate the dry wet, so it starts in 26 and it finishes in 58, I think. Yes. Okay. So what it was like this. Just put a reverb and automate the dry wet. Like this stuff. Then I got the points and I let it like that. And with alt you can make this curved automation. Okay. So I'm going to erase it and let's listen all the stuff together. I don't recommend never to put a reverb on the master chain, but this time I don't know, it gives like a really lot of sense of why this track is so big and enormous. And I don't know, it sounds well with that. So you can try to experiment with all the elements that I showed you today. Let's listen the final version that I made again to get you into that point. That is like the main sound you are trying to get. So pretty nice, right? Okay. So that was all, guys. Please subscribe, etc. Please give a like on my Facebook page, on my SoundCloud if you really enjoyed this or it is helpful for you. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get bigger in the socials, so thanks and we see you later.